Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 9 of Direwolf20's Stoneblock series. Today, as you can see, I'm making some clay. Hooray! Looks like I got a healthy-ish amount of clay. 15 clay? That sounds like a good number, right? Yeah, I like that. I'm down with that plan for clay production. We got a little extra in there, and I can go smelt this bad boy up. And he should pretty quickly turn into some terracotta blocks. Because today I want to do a little bit more with that farming setup that we set up last episode. So I'm getting ready to do that. And as I'm getting ready to do that, I realize that I am out of torches. So we're going to remedy that situation, and we're also going to put you away, and everybody's happy now. All right, cool. So last episode, many people suggested that I start using sinks from cooking for blockheads for an infinite water source. So sure, why not? Let's try them out. So over here, I'm going to place down my sink. Sweet. When you hold right click, it makes something happen. That's spiffy. And then we're going to do this, and on the down, we're going to extract always active, and does that work? Hey, that does work. How fancy is that? Cool. So sinks are a thing. Bing, fertilized dirt. Boop. So now, I don't know if the open block sprinkler is going to help here or not with speeding up. I looked into many growth speed options for crops, right? I mean, the thing's not going so fast, but it's going, so that's a thing, right? But if we look for like different options that can speed up growth, right? So there's the ring of growth from actually additions. That's cool. That's neat. I might make that. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if there's like there's a tier 2 ring, right? Right. There's tier 2 versions of most of the rings, but maybe, so there's advanced versions of most of these rings, but maybe not the growth one. Which is a shame. That's too bad. I'm looking for like more, automated ways of doing it, right? So like there's the growth crystals from Tiny Progressions, but I tested these. Did I clear my chat since I switched? Yeah, I tested lots of different like growth accelerators and worms and growth crystals all in a single player test world where I was like messing around. And these things are really slow. And I looked in the config options. I think it has like a chance to cause a growth tick every 30 seconds, which is really not that beneficial. And that's for the tier 2 version. The tier 1's even slower. And tier 2 requires a couple nether stars and some crazy crafting that I just don't feel like doing. I mean, it works in a 9x9 area, so that's cool. And it works up and down. But I remember these things being like crazy fast, and then they got a big nerf, and now they're like crazy not that fast. There's also growth accelerators from Mystical Agriculture. They require a diamond and a lot of that Inferium essence. But you basically place those in the block space anywhere below a seed, and it'll cause the seed above it to grow faster. Also not that much faster. I played with it a little bit in the single player test world. They work kind of like you can keep placing them further down. So like, imagine like this was the dirt block and on top of it was a seed. Like let's say that's a seed, right? If you place the Inferium block here, it's a little bit faster. Here it's even more faster. Here it's even more faster. On and on and on. Did not seem all that fast considering the cost currently to me. So we shall see. For now, I'm just going to kind of let this thing chill. He's doing a good job, though. He's collecting in the area that he's supposed to be collecting in. Not 100% sure if this is helping at all. There's 2 sprinklers, one from Cyclic and one from Open Blocks. I don't know if this uses... It will order nearby cogs, increasing the growing speed. Multiple sprinklers in the same area do stack. Sneak right-click with an empty hand to disable particles from rendering. So Cyclic has its own sprinkler system, which just needs some bone blocks and some iron bars, but it does need to sit on top of water. So I don't know, like, which one's better. Honestly, like, both could be good. So bone blocks or bone meal, right? So if we wanted to make this bad boy. Cool. And then we just need a bucket of water. And some iron bars, which we totally have. Totally. And you know what? I'm going to convert you back. Cool. So like another option here, right? Instead of doing this, which I know we just automated, so like dire please. But we could just have like a source block of water sitting here and let the cyclic sprinkler run. And I don't know which one's better, to be honest with you. Like part of me, you know what I might do? Let's do this. Let's put you back. Let's put you back. Sprinkler, 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 sprinkler. There you are. Yeah. And then what I'll do is put this here, and we can put this sprinkler next to it for now, because that looks super aesthetic, doesn't it? And I think this one you can tell what it's watering by, and wow, that's a little bit weird looking. That is some rendering. There's like little particle effects. Oh, that's right. You can put bone meal in that thing, can't you? That's cool. I should do that. I mean, we have tons of that stuff, right? I think using bone meal, it like waters things even faster, and that would be cool. Just looking for ways to like speed this process up. But if you saw out of the corner of your eye there a minute ago, there was a little splash of water. It's kind of hard because it's competing with this one too. They both cause similar water kind of splash effects. But like watch now, you'll see like a little burst of water. That was this sprinkler. Cyclic does that. And if you want to disable that, you can shift right click it to turn those particles on and off. But that's neat. So maybe between these two sprinklers, it'll just speed some stuff up over here, and we'll just get that many more essences. I'm trying to avoid going the immersive engineering cloche route, because that thing's just super good. And it's neat, but I don't like the spamming of cloches. Like I don't want to have a room full of cloches of mystical. I feel like I've done that before, and this is how I feel about that. Okay, just to be clear, just to be super clear about it, that's how I feel about that. So we'll think about what we want to do there. To be fair, we should probably have some kind of chest set up for all our mystical agriculture related stuff. Let's make it an iron chest, so that A, you can sit next to this dude without being all connecty, and B, you'll be big enough for all the mystical agriculture related things that we're going to get, right? So any of these drops that show up as a result of doing what we're doing, we can drop in there, and then we can eventually use them for things. So probably at some point I'll automate this so that it's piping into a chest, and maybe we'll get a drawer system up and running. But for now, I just kind of want to let that chill, and ideally come back later to find lots of Inferium essence in here. And I think a good plan would be to upgrade my Inferium seeds, like from growth tier 2 to growth tier 3, 4, etc. So that would be neat. I don't know. We'll find out. But for now, let's get on with the rest of the episode, eh? Alright guys, so just got ourselves a little bit more redstone, because the next thing I think I want to work on is getting a little bit of extra utilities abilities. Because I'm using the extra utilities resources to get power, and I think I want to speed up the lava production and power conversion rate. And I think that would be really smart to do right now, because we're doing okay on power, but we've got 3 magma generators down there, and with that thing running that's automatically harvesting for us, we're like dipping into the power reserves a little bit more aggressively than I expected to from Harvester. So, which by the way has 23 of those things in there already. That's awesome. It's cruising. With that said, let's get a manual mill, because I think that's probably like the smartest approach here, right? So we'll probably want a couple of you, so that we have 8 of that, and then we can do... I'm going to need more of those later, so let's just like get them now while we can, and then we're just going to want 1 manual mill. So to get that thing happening, we are going to need more coal. That is a fact. That has clearly failed my knowledge. So we're going to need more charcoal is what I think we're going to need. How about you, like, just do that? That's probably going to be good enough. Yay. Cool. All right, so not quite as much as I would have hoped for. Let's do that so that we can get 2 more of these, so that we can do this and that. Beautiful. All right, so manual mill, and then we just need a resonating redstone doohickey, which we... Have I gotten any of those yet? If not, I can just turn an ender pearl into one of those. That should be fine, right? Just a little bit of redstone and an ender pearl should get me that. I guess I haven't gotten it yet, so ender pearls, please. And I should have a drawer for ender pearls. I'm not entirely sure why I don't yet. But I don't, so that's a thing. Go direwolf. Sometimes I'm a derp like that. What can I say? So you, sir, come from... Oh, a stick. I know what I'm doing sometimes, but usually not. Okay. So you, and then cut this guy up. Bing, and then drop him. And I'm just going to make one of these for now so I can make myself a manual mill. So now we can do stuff. And then we're going to want a resonator. So let's cook one of these guys up. A block of coal, huh? I might need to sift more coal. Let's come back in a minute after I do that. All right, guys, so just sifted a bunch of gravel. We're going to do that, and then we should be able to do a resonator now. Oh, we need another one of those guys. So easy peasy. Cool beans. Nice. All right, cool. So resonator up and running. You have done a good job of being a little bit derpy, but that's okay. One piece of wood to get coal going again. Nice. Let's just get a few more pieces of coal cooking here. That should be good enough. And then I'll take care of that kind of by myself. So that is a resonator and a manual mill. For now, let's just throw them somewhere that's a little bit out of the way. And our main goal should be to kind of this and that. And then we're going to want to convert these guys, and it needs 8 GP. So the nice thing about the resonator, by the way, is you don't have to hold the right mouse button. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm not holding right mouse right now, right? If I look away, it stops, right? But you just click once, and it keeps running as long as you're looking at it. So that's super spiffy. My first goal, and I think I can look at JEI while this is happening, is to make a water mill, because these things are the best, right, in terms of GP. So remember, the water mill is 4 GP per side with the proper water usage, right? So let's see, I've been letting this run for a few minutes, and that got me a healthy amount of stone burnt. How much do I need? 6? So if I got one more, that would be enough for 3 water mills. And that would actually be, like, really quite good. Now you, sir, we're going to need another 4 of you. And let's see how we're doing with redstone. Did you do a collection there for me, buddy? You're at 7 right now, so that's cool. There we go. 8. So we're actually quite close to having another redstone seed. If I had a couple more redstone seeds, this would actually be, like, really good. I will probably look at making them. And sometimes you get 2, so that's a thing, right? And wow, we've gotten a lot of essence. So this is already, like, a really nice farm. So I'm pleased with that. I am pleased as can be. So then you, sir, let's get... So that would be 16. I don't want that. But I probably do want that, and then I should be able to make 2 of these. And then I should be able to make 2 water mills, and when I get a little bit more redstone, I can get 1 more water mill. Cool. So let's fill this dude up, because we're going to make an infinite source downstairs here. This is like the perfect kind of, like, let's make an infinite, like, let's make a little area over here specifically designated for this. This wall seems like a nice place to kind of break down and do this at. Yeah, I think so. So maybe we'll leave this wall alone. We'll dig into this one, maybe. Does that sound fair? So we'll just get a little bit more. I wasn't gonna do a 7x7, but then I did a 7x7, so there's that. Okay, so that should be cool. And this can be my watermill room. So you, and you, right? So let's start off, and it looks dark, but it's not. Let's start off with, like, and I kind of forget how I usually do these. Let's at least Let's have an infinite source down here. How's that sound? I should probably get a little bit more smooth stone so I can smooth out some of the less aesthetically pleasing sections of this area. Let's do that. All right, cool. You might have enough that I can at least make it look good for a minute. So ideally it would be that and that. And then we could just also have that. Cool. So let's start off with maybe this is the first spot. Right, and that should be 16 GP being generated. Nice. That's cool. And then this is a nice spot for another one, provided that we clear this area out. Right, and that's another 16 GP. And then we can put another one here with a corner here, and then we can expand out and make a relatively nice looking GP farm area, right? Does that sound fair? But now that we've got all that stuff cooking, which is cool, and wow, you're really struggling. Where's all your power going? That's a super good question. But it's time for speed upgrades, because we can do that. So I should be able to throw speed upgrades into our magma generators. And we also have some ultimate and magical speed upgrades, which are even better. So this can max up to 16. This can max up to 64. And I forget if the only benefit is the max that they can do. I think it upgrades the same amount, but you can have more than, 4 in a stack. So I think, like right now, you're producing 40 RF a tick. But if I throw the 4 in there, you're producing 200 RF a tick. So that is super cool, right? And you're also doing 200 RF a tick. Now, you're going to be using lava a lot faster. But as long as we're using lava slower than we're producing it, I think we'll be cool. Now, we can always, of course, have more crucibles with more lava production, right? But I think like the main purpose here is to make sure that our liquid lava is being produced. And granted, we have that like hugely good melting speed down there, right? 60x melting speed. So you should be producing power like nobody's business. 440 RF a tick is what we're going to be at here, which leadstone, is plenty. I think it's 1,000, right? 1,000 RF. So we're well under the 1,000 RF a tick limit. But now instead of producing 120, we're producing 440 RF a tick. So like super lots of power gen. That's the main reason I wanted to get an RF tools today. I think that looks good. Right? Doesn't that look cool? I like it. I think it's good. Sweet. All right, so with that all taken care of, let's void some stone that we just mined. Let's put away some of that. And how you doing, guys? Actually, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Part of me wants to like upgrade another seed to a tier 2 seed. So we've got 2 tier 2 seeds going on over here, which is cool. This guy I've noticed, however, has never collected a seed, which makes me a little bit nervous about it. I'm kind of curious. Like, let's set you to requires redstone. Right? So if you guys are fully grown, what are the chances that if I break you, I get an extra seed? Because maybe in order to get extra seeds, I need to break you. That's what I'm wondering. Right? I'm just ordering everybody around this dude, so that's pretty darn good. So I should have, in terms of seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do what now? Am I crazy? Or did I only get 4 seeds from that? Didn't I break 5 blocks? Okay, there we go. Now we're at 5. I don't know how that happened, but you get the point. Sweet. And then you're the same deal, mister? Alright. Well, that's fine. I guess we'll just let you run again, so always on. And we'll just keep an eye on things. Yeah, ideally, what I'd love to see is just really ramping up our Inferium production. So I don't know if the best way to do that, probably the best way to do it is to start off by getting like a field full of tier 1 seeds, So what I'm going to do is move you to like this back corner, and for now this line, and then what we'll do is you can be used, that's not what I want, seed, tier 1. Tier 1 crafting seed, no. Tier 1 inferium seed, just needs more of these dudes, right? And I think I can even like do something to turn you guys into seeds. Cool. So for 2 stacks of seeds, we should have no problem making a bunch of tier 1 inferium seeds, which 16 sounds like a good number to go with. Sure, why not? I can expand this area now, right? And we can just have that many more inferium seeds, which means more inferium, which ultimately comes out to mean more mystical crop stuff, right? So what I'm going to do is water these guys pretty quickly and make sure that the farming station should be able to reach this far. But as long as it can reach like this, technically what I should really be testing is like this corner. As long as he can reach this corner, we should be good. Watering here should be good enough. Yeah, he just picked up from there. Let's make sure that you get watered. Come on, buddy. Grow for me. Well, we'll just keep an eye on him later. I think that's sufficient. So that'll significantly improve our inferium essence production, which then we can use to make more redstone seeds, etc., 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 etc. So for just fun, I was poking around at recipes. I just found the transmutation tablet and table recipes. So that's a thing. Okie dokie then. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Okay. Cool. 400x? What? Amarita, you are a ridiculous mod, and I love it. Ridiculous, and I love it. Somebody tell me that I can click things into the Amarita crafting grid with JEI. Somebody please tell me that's a thing. Oh my goodness. Anyway. I don't even know how to respond to that. I've been letting this thing run for a few minutes off camera. I've just been kind of dire derping around here. Things are going well though. I'm liking the progress. I'm liking it. So why don't we... Do I want to jump right into refined storage? I feel like that might be a good idea. Because that would be cool, right? So like to get a controller, we need an advanced processor, which is you. We need a bit of redstone for that. And we're still not like great on redstone. We can smelt quartz or crush sand. Or one of a million other recipes to get silicon. So that's not too hard to get run by. This has been running this entire time and I completely forgot to even check it. But we have gravel in this drawer. How did you get gravel? That should not be possible. Oh, I upgraded the pack, didn't I? I totally upgraded the pack. Hey, you, stop for a sec, would you? Yeah, I updated the pack. Hey, guess what, guys? There was a pack update. And it changed the way sand is made. So we got a lot of sand like earlier, but like now sand is different. So in the previous episode, was it? Or the episode before that, maybe? We were looking at how to get sand, right? And we discovered that gravel inside a pulverizer gets you sand. That is no longer the case. Gravel in a pulverizer gets you dirt, which turns into sand. So basically the same recipes for the hammers were added to most of the processing type mods like gravel to dirt in a pulverizer. So those recipes were added to thermal expansion and all the other ones. So is there another nifty trick to get lots of sand? So there's chickens. There's hammer and dirt. There's a crusher for dirt and sandstone. We could go clastic deposition. Hold shift. Allows the creation of sedimentary rock. Igneous rock cannot be created. Allows only one specialization can be created. Igneous extruder. So that's interesting. We could make an igneous extruder. Do you use lava? That would be a curiosity that I don't know the answer to. I don't know. If it's like cobblestone where it doesn't use up the lava, that might be a nifty way to get sand, right? Right? Right. Other options include material stonework factory, which I'm probably going to want to have eventually. No, no, no. Probably not. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, see, they made the extra utilities 2 crusher also do that thing. So I could go classic, whatchamacallit, with the igneous extruder. That just needs some erothium dust, which needs blitz powder, which is liquid XP, nitrate dust, which we should be able to get our hands on. So let's see if we can get our hands on something like this. What I would like to see is some of this and this and this, and maybe... do I have one more of you? Yay, I do, which means I can get more redstone. Redstone 4 days. I would like a tank from thermal tank. Yeah. Woot and woot. And an upgrade kit for you. So we're gonna need a little bit of bronze, my friends. That's silver and tin. I was hoping that was tin. Do I have no tin? How do I have no tin? It is a fact that I have no tin. Nickel, copper, gold, iron, lots of that, iron, osmium, tin. Hooray! So that made 14 AU, which can be pulverized. I technically think I only need one of these. But what I think I'd like to do is get this sand thing fixed and then go from there. Right? I'm thinking next episode we'll probably get into refined storage, right? So I still wanted to keep the kit up there, but yeah, this. So you should be able to hold lots of this liquid now, right? That we can just stick right there and that, and then you are going to up the fluids. Hooray! And you're getting fluids in you. Beautiful. Well, modules, general capability, tinkers, dark utilities, show tank data, yes. Hey, that's cool. Sweet. You don't pick up that tank? I'm afraid to break it because I don't want to lose the experience, and I don't know if breaking a tank equals losing the experience. I suspect it might be the fact, though, so I want to be careful. But what we should be able to do, we have an induction smelter, but we don't have a magma crucible, and we don't have a fluid transposer. We're probably going to want a magma crucible and 2 fluid transposers. One for the liquid experience and one for whatever kind of melty things we do, right? So let's make sure we have some gold and some silver and whatever other junk we might need to make ourselves a nice little fluid transposer. So you. Wow, there's a lot of stone gear options, aren't there? That's right, we need more tin. I knew that. I was aware. Surprised we're so low on tin, though. But, I mean, I haven't been super paying attention to the resources I have and the resources I need, if I'm being totally fair with you guys. So there's that. When I get, like, auto-crafting going, we can be a little bit more shenanigans with gears. But for now, we should be cool. So there's one fluid transposer that will at least get up and running, and you're going to be this fluid transposer guy, right? So you're going to be in charge of fluids transposing things that need liquid experience. And since we've got, well, I don't know how much we're going to need, so we'll leave it there. I should probably have like an ender tank or something connecting the two. That would be super smart. Yeah, that would be super smart. So then with that said, let's get that pyroclastic whatever dude This guy. So we're going to want a conductance coil, which needs some electrum. And we're going to need some lead plates, and we're going to totally need some erothium dust, which is niter, which I'm pretty sure we can get from sandstone, right? Do I have any niter yet? Probably not. Hey, there's our first piece of niter. Cool. Oh, I need 2 to get blitz powder. Okay, fair enough. It's like a 40% chance, so, and you also get 2 sand back here, so you don't get a lot of sand back, but you get enough so that you can keep running this a little bit and hopefully get some good niter out of it. So there we go. And that might take a minute or two, because wow, that's slow. We are going to want to speed up these machines at some point, aren't we? 100%. No doubt. So that'll get us that stuff. So how about I craft this and the Igneous extruder off camera, and we'll come back in a minute when they're all done. So here's something. I found out that lead plates, we have the forge hammer recipe for them, but we don't have the immersive engineering hammer available for them. But hey, hammer did the recipe, did the thing. So that's cool. Just wanted to point that out. All right, so let's see. I think I'm cool. I've got my Igneous extruder set up. And now we want that plastic dude, which needs some nickel gears, which I've got some nickel, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And it's just a matter of hitting that button. I need another one of those niters, huh? Sweet. Erothium dust, augment. So let's see how this thing works, because I don't know that I've ever used this to make sand before, and now I'm kind of curious to see what the deal is. So maybe for a sec, I'm just going to stick you here, right? Just to get you power. And you probably need an in-bar upgrade, don't you? You're going to need an in-bar upgrade to be allowed to have any of those plastic dudes. So we're going to another one of these kits, and we're going to want another bronze gear. Sweet. So you've got that augment now. So hopefully you don't use up lava. There's an augment that lets it like not use up water. So if it uses water, like we'll live. And you should be making sand. Go. Do you need more? 1.5 buckets of water and 0 lava. Well, that's a thing. Sweet. You might use water, and if you do, that's okay. Because we can throw a sink over there or something. Well, would you look at that? Sand. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. What I'm going to do... is this. You ready? That's the wrong thing. So this thing over here could totally be just making the sand, right? That's already a hardened... So what I should probably, well, yeah, maybe I'll move you. And I'll move this dude. Now that we know how this works, he just needs lots of water, which we have already automated over here, right? So Igneous extruder. So we don't need the cobblestone generator, really, right? So what I'm gonna do... grab our bucket of lava, right? You here, make sure you're in sand mode, which is super cool. Did not know you existed, sand mode thingy. You can be removed. I don't even know why that was there, to be honest with y'all. So now you've got power coming in over there. So now we just need to pump water in here like nobody's business. So your job, hardened fluid duct? No, I want pressurized doohickeys. Right, so your sidedness will be the back is blue. Is that the right side? I want it to be this side. That should be sand. I might need to Yeta wrench that. Sweet. Sand production. How cool is that? And now we've got this machine running again. So he's going to keep full of water. He's going to do his lava thing. And that is pretty spiffy. So he doesn't actually use lava to produce sand. That's cool. All right. I feel like it's totally super duper wrapping up point now. So we're going to have to wrap up the episode here. But we got a bunch of gravel, which is nice. And then we should eventually get more sand. Now, the only bummer here is I'm going to probably want to replace you, Mr. Pulverizer, that's basic, with the other pulverizer that's hardened and already has a speed upgrade in it. So we can just at least get things a little bit faster. And this pulverizer that's extra, we'll just throw him away because we'll need him at some point, I'm sure. And also the drawer. And everything else, I'm just going to like clean up my inventory. So for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time and proceed with more Stoneblock. Hope you guys are liking the series because I, like I've mentioned already once or twice, I'm really having a lot of fun with this pack. So hope you guys are too. All right, guys, take it easy.